Tonight, Erie County is unveiling new plans for a brand new convention center in downtown Buffalo.
Take a look at what could be the future of the downtown Queen City area. This is a brand new $441 million convention center that will be built along Delaware Avenue between the Statler and West Huron. It would be about twice of the size of the existing convention center. The current center, which was built back in the 1970s, would be torn down. Genesee Street, which is now cut off by the center, would be reconnected to Pearl. A parking ramp would then be built on the rest of the current site. The county says that a new center is badly needed to compete with other cities around the country for larger conventions. But today's announcement is just the first step in a very long process.
I'd like to think we're somewhere in the middle of the first period. There's a lot more to go. But once we get to that point where we can receive a consensus in our community that this is it, we're moving forward, and raise those funds, we will do what we should have done in the past, which was have a convention facility that is appropriate for the new Buffalo and the new Erie County.
Again, this is not a done deal yet. It is something that could be if all parties agree. If everything goes as planned, then construction could begin in 2023. The city would have a new convention center about 3 years after that.
So the big question, how much would all of this cost? The county study puts the price tag at about $440 million. But the county comptroller's office says that figure doesn't include the interest payment on the county's loan, more than $255 million. When you add it all up, we're talking at well over $500 million, more than $695 million. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley takes an in-depth look at the cost of this project. Good evening, Ed.
Well, Keith and Ashley, what to do with the Buffalo Niagara Convention Center? It is something that has been talked about for years. And while the county executive has a preferred plan that would put a brand new convention center right over there, there are others who have serious concerns about the price tag.
This convention center currently, I think, has outlived its useful lifestyle.
It seems to me that there's a need for a new convention center.
There are mixed opinions on whether it's a good idea to build a new convention center.
I wouldn't be for it.
Not for that price?
No.
As part of a Phase 2 study, the option to build a new convention center on Delaware Avenue north of the Statler building was announced by County Executive Mark Poloncarz as the idea that provided the greatest value for the least cost.
So you could actually have multiple events at the same time on the exhibit floor.
The Delaware option also includes tearing down the current convention center and building a parking ramp with a total estimated price tag of $441 million. It is a lot of money, but cities like Milwaukee, Richmond, and Grand Rapids are also spending millions on new convention centers, which offer competition to Buffalo.
Buffalo is not fulfilling its potential in the convention industry.
Erie County Legislature Minority Leader Joe Larigo wonders, where's the money?
The state is facing a $6.1 billion budget deficit. I don't see them coming in to give money for a new convention center in Erie County.
Larigo fears financing the new project could force up property taxes during a time when the Bills Stadium lease is expiring.
And we know that there's probably not going to be support for in the legislature to exceed the tax cap.
It's my job as county controller to bring everyone into a place called reality.
Erie County Comptroller Stefan Mihailu called the idea unrealistic because an independent fiscal analysis showed the true cost with interest is $700 million.
Which would almost double our annual debt service. How are they going to pay for a new football stadium?
The county executive's office responded, calling the comptroller's figures inaccurate.
Is the best option for our community in the future.
A new convention center will not happen overnight. Once financing is approved, there still needs to be a conceptual study with renderings, and then it's estimated that construction could take up to 3 years. Live in downtown Buffalo, Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.